Hello and welcome back to Mate's Tottenham blog and to another transfer news video. The transfer window is really starting to heat up for Tottenham as we've completed 2 signings in the last 2 days and now our pursuit of a striker takes centre stage. In the last 24 hours we've had big updates on the futures of Krzysztof Piatek and our new target Olivier Giroud. So I'm going to be going through those today, but before I get into that, if you do want more videos like this plus interactive live streams and match previews and reviews, please hit that subscribe button down below and click that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. So the big news really that came out of nowhere last night was We Are Tottenham TV actually broke this news first. They said, according to their sources, that Olivier Giroud's agent was on the way to Hotspur Way to try and get some sort of deal done there. This was early last night. They made this video, and in the hours after that, the most reliable sources in the transfer stage, I suppose, confirmed this story. Fabrizio Romano was one of them, as well as Gianluca Di Marzio also tweeted about this. Now, what Fabrizio Romano had to say is Tottenham have made an inquiry for Olivier Giroud. He's a possibility, as Krzysztof Piatek also is, but there's still no agreement with AC Milan. The thing holding up this potential Giroud deal is Chelsea are not convinced if they want to sell him to Spurs. I think it was Di Marzio who reported that Tottenham have made Olivier Giroud an offer of a 1.5-year contract, which the player is keen to sign, but it's just Chelsea at the moment are not convinced if they want to sell to a top 4 side. And I think Alistair Gold hit the nail on the head when he said he doesn't expect this one to go through because Chelsea are effectively strengthening one of their top 4 rivals, which, you know, there's no reason why they would want to do that. It's something they would definitely want to put an end to. And as for whether I think this deal will go through, it's certainly a very interesting one. I don't think there's any reason to expect this one to go through. He's not the profile of player that Mourinho has publicly said he is looking for. You know, he's a lot older. He is kind of the style of player Mourinho might want in that he's the target man up front. But I doubt he would be our main target. I think what the case is now is we're trying our hardest to get Krzysztof Piatek, but there's again a discrepancy there in what Tottenham want and what AC Milan want, which I'll get into in a second. But I think Giroud was kind of there as a safety player. If we do fail to get that Piatek deal done, we cannot afford to not sign a striker in this window. It's as simple as that. With Kane out, potentially till the end of the season, we desperately need to bring a striker in. As Mourinho said, he needs a target man. And Giroud definitely fits that category. But again, it's just his age. And again, signing a player from, you know, someone who has played with Arsenal and Chelsea, not all fans will be behind that. But I think we have to put that aside and look at what the player can do for us. He's never been the most prolific goal scorer, but he's a very experienced player, especially on the Premier League stage. And I do think he can offer us something. And if we do get him in, obviously it would be better than not getting a striker. I think he can do a job for us. But I would much rather this Piatek deal get done. And I'm just not convinced the Giroud one is, I wouldn't say it's particularly realistic. Now, the latest update on Piatek is a bit of a worry for us, to be honest. Sky Sports reported earlier this morning that Hertha Berlin have had a bid rejected for Piatek. They've offered to sign him on a permanent deal. And they also said that Tottenham are still in talks with AC Milan, but Tottenham want a loan with an option to buy, whereas AC Milan just want this deal done now. They want their £30 million back. Now, as for whether or not I think this is a deal that Hertha Berlin can get done, I don't know too much about the club, but they are at best a mid-table side in the Bundesliga, and you'd have to question whether or not they would have the funds to actually get a deal done at £30 million, and then of course paying Piatek's wages. And there are a number of other teams in for him that I do think he would prefer to go to rather than Hertha Berlin. Tottenham especially, Chelsea have been mentioned, and even if it is going to be a mid-table team in Europe, you'd have to look towards the Premier League teams as a better destination for him. And Aston Villa are a team who have been mentioned, even though they are struggling at the moment. I think they'll be okay, and they would probably be a better choice for Piatek. Now, Fabrizio Romano has followed up in this story saying Hertha Berlin have started talks with AC Milan to sign Krzysztof Piatek on a permanent deal, trying also to find an agreement with the striker. Tottenham are still in the race, but just offering loan at the moment. So this new thing that Daniel Levy has become a big fan of with this loan option to buy could potentially be a massive hindrance for us in our pursuit of Piatek. But, you know, the fact that there is such the club are so keen to get this safety player in, to have Giroud potentially ready to sign if the Piatek one falls through, would suggest that they're not particularly confident about bringing in the Polish striker. But look, I think this is a case where we just need to give them the money. We need to give them the 25-30 million pounds, whatever they're looking for, and just get this deal done now, because if we don't have a striker for this season, for the rest of the season, we're not going to get top 4. And it's as simple as that. You know, the investments into Jedson and Steven Bergwijn and making that Lo Celso deal permanent, I wouldn't say they'd be useless, but you kind of have to question why you go to such lengths to bring those players in if you're not going to get the player that we need the most, which is of course a striker, and Piatek, who seems to be our main target. There have been so many names thrown around in this window: Zé Luiz, Luka Jovic, Edinson Cavani, Willian Jose, but it keeps coming back to Piatek, and the fact that we are still in talks so late in the window, I think this is one that we just really need to get over the line. And it was Football.London saying if there are some departures in this window, there could potentially be more incoming. So if we get this deal done in the next day, there's 2 days left in the window, maybe get it done today or tomorrow, it will free us up for deadline day to potentially bring in replacements for players that might leave in that period. But look, there's 2 strikers that could potentially be signing with us in this window. I know which one I would prefer, but make sure to put down in the comments whether you'd rather us sign Olivier Giroud or Krzysztof Piatek in the next couple of days. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thanks for watching.